everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Today I will show you how to do this adult hat using our Petit Pois stitch that we did about a week ago. It's stitch number 84. I also showed you how to do a baby hat. It's the pink baby hat. I think it's stitch number 85 or project number 85. Today I will show you how to do this adult hat, or I guess the adult version of that same hat. For this one I used a chunky yarn with a bigger hook, and as you can see I like the way that it looks. It gives it a nice textured look, and I think this stitch is ideal for maybe a men's hat. I don't know. My husband seemed to like the stitch and he wanted me to do one, so I think I'll do one for him too. But today I will be doing one for my niece using this super chunky yarn. It's a number 5, and I'll be using a 10mm crochet hook. But to begin, we need to do the rim of the hat. The rim that I always use on all of my hats, it's always the same. It's as you can see, it looks like it gives it like a knitted look, and that's I like the way that it looks. So to begin, we need to grab our yarn that we're going to be using. You can use any type of yarn. Here, this is just a sample for you. I'm using just your regular yarn, medium number 4 with a 5.5 crochet hook. But you, like I said, you can use any type of yarn. The important thing is, once you have your rim, you need to measure it around the head of the person that you're going to do the hat on, so that way it comes out nice and it fits the person that you're going to give it to. If you don't have the size, I would just eyeball it and see how many you would need. But for an adult, just measure it around your head and it should also fit someone else. So to begin, we're going to start with, we need to chain 5. I have 2, 3, 4, 5. On the second chain from the hook, which is this one here, we're going to grab the back loop, pull up a loop, and do a slip stitch. And again, there we go, back loop and back loop. There should be four stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, chain 1, turn, and here on this second row we're going to grab again the back loop of the chain. Grab it and do a slip stitch. There we go. And there we go. And then again. This is very easy, very simple. Continue this way until you have the length that you want. And like I said, just try it around the person's hat, or try it on you if it's for an adult, and just based on that, you should have the rim of the hat ready to go. So continue this way until you have yours done. I have mine here that's ready to go. This is for my niece, and this is the color she chose, so hopefully we'll be able to see it. Okay, so we're gonna put the back where here, this loop here where we left off. We're gonna grab the other end, which is this one here where we started. We're gonna insert our hook, grab this loop, introduce it through the front like that. Grab your yarn and do a chain 1. Again, we're gonna go back into that same loop right there, that first one, grab the back loop and do a slip stitch like that. Again, insert your hook in the next stitch, grab the back loop of that second stitch on the back, and again slip stitch. One more time. Insert your hook, grab the third stitch on the back, and slip stitch. One more. Insert your hook, and insert your hook back here on the last one. There we go. Grab a loop and slip stitch. And as you can see, we are joined now. It's a nice and even join. It looks nice all around. So the next step is for us to we're going to turn it like that, chain 1, and we're going to begin doing single crochets, chain 1 into every single stitch that we see here, like that. right there. Okay, so the first one we're going to do here, which is the one next to where we, or the first one, the first space there. We're gonna single crochet, chain 1, single crochet on the next, chain 1, single crochet on the next space, chain 1, and single crochet. Continue this way until you come to the beginning or to the end here, and I'll show you what we need to do on the next step. Okay, I've made it here to the end of the row, and as you can see, I did my last stitch. I'm not going to chain 1, I'm just going to immediately join here to the first stitch with a slip stitch, chain 1, and now we're going to begin our stitch pattern, which is insert your hook in that first space that you see, pull up a loop, insert your hook in the next space, and pull up a loop and close. Back again into that same space we just did, insert your hook in the next space, and close. This is our little green pea stitch, or our Petit Pois stitch. There we go. Insert it back again here and pull. Continue this way. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, make sure here on the first row that you count your stitches. I had 30, so when we come back around with this stitch, I should also have 30. So continue this way with your stitch pattern, and I will see you back here at the end to show you what the next step is. Okay, as you can see, I've made it here to the end of the second row. I need to do one more since I only have 29 stitches. So I'm going to insert my hook back here into the space, and here there's a little space. I'm going to insert my hook right there, pull up a loop, there we go, and join with a slip stitch. There we go. The space that we put our stitch in, this last one here, is a stitch that is created when we do our slip stitch. So when you come back around, this is where you're going to insert your hook in there to complete your last stitch. So to do the third row, we're going to chain 1, and immediately in the space that you see here, we're going to insert our hook, and on the next, and close. Insert your hook and close. This is the same way that we did row 2, so continue this way for row 3, and I'll meet you here one last time to show you what we need to do again. Okay, I made it here. I just need to do my last stitch right here, and that completes this stitch right here for me is stitch number 30. So make sure you count your stitches and you have the same number of stitches for every row. Here I'm just going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch, chain 1, and immediately again we're going to start with our stitch pattern. Insert your hook on the first space and do your first green pea stitch. There we go. Continue this way until you have the size of the hat that you want. In this case, I don't know how many rows I did here, but just measure it and see if it's a good fit on you, and then just leave maybe 5 rows or maybe less to for us to shape the crown of the hat. So I will meet you back again to show you how to do that. Okay, I've made it here to the end, and as you can see, I did my last stitch, and I changed colors because I was running out of yarn. So to do that, if you want to change colors, you need to do your last stitch, and here ideally we would do our slip stitch, but we're going to grab this stitch, the new color, instead, and finish off with the new color with a slip stitch. And as you can see, there's our last stitch, and now we just continue normal like we would do every row. I grab only one loop, you're supposed to grab both loops. So here, and do a slip stitch with a new color. Okay, and again chain 1 and then insert your hook in that same space and continue around and do your row with the new color. But for me, this is the end. I have my hat completed here. I just need to start doing the crown of the hat. So to do that, I'm not going to do it in this color. I'm just going to do it in the original color. So I'm going to grab my color here, my blue, and then let me do this one again. There we go. And then insert my hook here, join with the slip stitch, chain 1, and in here in this stitch, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook on the next one, and close. On the next stitch here, we're going to work a single crochet. On these 2 stitches here, we're going to work a reduction stitch like this and close. On the next stitch here, we're going to do a normal single crochet, and on the next one, we're going to work a reduction stitch. Follow this pattern this way, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do. I would recommend for you to find a stitch marker and place it right here so that we know where our stitches begin. So I'll see you then. Okay, I've made it here to almost the end. I just need to work. This is my single crochet. I have 2 more. I need to work my reduction stitch. I'm going to insert my hook here and work a reduction. On this next row, ideally we would do a slip stitch here to the beginning. We are not going to do that. We're just going to continue with the same sequence that we just did. So I just did a reduction stitch. So on this stitch here, I need to just do a single crochet. On the next one, I'm going to work a reduction stitch, and on the next, just a regular normal single crochet. On the next one, a reduction stitch, and on the next one, a normal single crochet. Continue with this sequence until we get here to the beginning of the row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. I did my last single crochet. I need to do 2 more stitches here, which is a reduction stitch. Insert my hook and work a reduction stitch, and then I'm not going to continue anymore because I'm just going to join here to this stitch here and do a slip stitch and a chain 1 and pull my yarn through. I already cut my yarn, and close. Pull it nice and tight so you can see. This is what it looks like. It's got a nice shape here to the top. So now what we need to do is we need to close this hole back here, up here. So to do that, I'm just going to pull up a loop here through here, and I'm going to tie here a knot, that loop like that. And this yarn here, I'm just going to put it through a needle, and we're going to weave this through the top of the hat. So I like to do every other stitch this way, like this, every other stitch. And one more right here. Okay, so I'm just going to insert this through the back and turn my hat. This is going to be my front, so I want to do the hole, or the knot on this side. So take off your needle, grab your loop, and pull. Just pull your yarn, and that closes the top of the hat. So with this loop, just grab and make a knot like that. Pull it nice and tight. Cut your yarn, weave this end, weave all your ends, and this is what it looks like. This is your completed hat. As you can see, here's the end result. This is what it looks like. Here's where we did our joints, or where we joined every row. As you can see, it's nice and even. It looks very nice. And your hat is done. I like the way that this came out with this yarn. It's nice and thick and very pretty as well. Okay, this is today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.